Hi.
I'm Jason.
I'm Chelsea.
We're the Munsons.
And we weren't planning on having kids.
Much less adopt. So, when we became parents, we hit the books and hired the experts.
And this is what we learned.
These are our family hacks. A long time ago, I bought these at an estate sale. And I think they used to belong to a draftsman. It's a set of draftsman tools as far as I can tell. And back in the day, this would be an essential toolkit for a draftsman. He would most definitely have to have these at work to be able to do his job. However, today, nobody uses tools like these anymore for drafting because new tools have come up, with computers and things to be able to do this job much better than they ever could have been done with something like this. And it's a great metaphor for why we created the Family Hacks videos. Because we have an old tool set of how to deal with each other and how to deal with our children. And we inherited that tool set from whoever raised us.
Right.
And whether those tools were bad or good, those are the only tools that we have. And what we decided when we started getting into family and relationship and having kids and stuff like that we didn't like the tools that we had.
No. We started having an awareness to the tools that we were raised with ourselves and the ones that we wanted to keep in our toolbox and the ones that we wanted to replace or update.
Yeah, and mainly, or most especially with dealing with our children. Before we had kids, we had both made the commitment that we would not use a spanking as a tool to discipline our kids, that we could come up with some better way of how to handle our children other than giving a spanking, because both of us grew up on spankings, and we did not like that. We did not like them. We didn't like that at all. We knew that they weren't effective for us, and so we weren't going to do it with our kids. But guess what?
We started doing it.
We started doing it.
It's like that default setting.
Because it was the only tool that we had. And what was the standard for the spanking? The same ones that our parents had. So we were essentially just perpetuating the cycle.
The other tool that I was given was yelling.
Yeah.
So I was yelling.
Yeah, so yelling, spanking. We actually, before we did spankings, we were doing timeouts, thinking that would be a better way of handling it, which we actually found out was not. In some cases, it actually can even be worse than spanking. So we wanted to, in that cycle, we wanted to create a new branch of our family tree, and we wanted to create a new legacy for ourselves and for our families.
We were motivated because there's a list of, I don't know if you call them traits, things that happen with the old tools. So some of the side effects, so to speak, of those old tools are things such as a disconnect with your children, a lack of trust when, and truth in that relationship. What's some of the other ones?
Anger. Just being angry.
And then ultimately that bringing that forward, how many of us hold some type of a grudge, or a bigger word for that, resentment towards one or both of our parents for a behavior that they had towards us.
And we swear we're not going to do that.
Right.
And then we end up becoming parents and we do it. And I think that's the big thing is that resentment, that lifelong scar that we can have.
And everybody says that, right? Oh, my baggage from when I was young.
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
Well, why don't we lighten that load?
Yeah, because we can't eliminate it. We can just make it a little bit better, or we can make it a lot better depending on what the situation is. So moving through that, it's like we want our kids to be successful in life. We want our kids to be obedient. We want to have a good relationship with our children
now and when they're grown up.
And we want peace. So those are things that I think all parents want to have. That we can get stuck when we don't know how to get there, or we think we know how to get there, but then we get into the circumstance and then we realize that we don't know how to get there. And so this is where we studied,
Yes.
we hired experts.
We could have degrees.
Yeah,
We've spent so much time. We could actually have.
We've been doing this for almost 10 years now, so it's like, hey, we're PhDs, right? As parents. I mean, and every parent gets there, right? You know, you spend enough time at doing it, but we really wanted to become experts at this for ourselves, to create a better dynamic for ourselves. And as we started going on, and the stuff that you'll see in our videos is very unique. It's very different because we're really bypassing that anger, the shame, blame, justification, the spankings, all those traditional, disciplines. A kid needs more discipline, or how do you discipline this kid, to get him to do what you want him to do. We're kind of away from that, and we're getting the results.
And people are seeing that, which is actually a reason why we started doing these videos. We have many individuals over the years who have reached out and asked us for support. We had one person say we are their inspiration.
And I think what actually activated us to start making these videos is somebody that we hadn't talked to for 2 or 3 years reached out to us and asked us for 4 years, reached out to us and asked us for help with their kids. And we hadn't talked to them in 4 years. And we're like, well, who are we? Well, who are we not? We're having success with this. So ultimately, regardless of where you are, where you're starting at, we all want to end up at that same place. We want a healthy, loving, trusting, caring, emotionally safe relationship with our children now and going on into the future, so that we're able to help them navigate those teenage years, help them navigate those adult years, so that they can be successful in these arenas. And ultimately, we get to have this great relationship with them. That is our goal. And we are absolutely convinced that that is attainable.
Yes.
It absolutely is. But it does not happen by accident.
No, you have to be willing to put in the work and to practice. Work and practice, kind of the same thing. But you have to be willing to do it and to keep at it. Like with anything you do, you're not going to see automatic results with some of this stuff. But if you keep at it and you keep confident, then you're going to see the changes there.
And you're going to make mistakes, and you're going to go back to your default from time to time.
Yes.
We both do it.
So you get to show yourself forgiveness when that happens.
And you get to point it out to each other, which
Yes.
is kind of fun, because then you get to be right.
Sometimes it's fun, or it feels good to be right.
It doesn't always feel good to be on the receiving end of that, of your partner saying, hey, this is not what we have learned to do. And
you may be starting out on your own.
Yeah, and if you don't have your partner who's in with you on this, then this might be a video to share with them. Just say, okay, hey, look, it's just new tools. It's just different tools. It's not that your tools are wrong, and it's not even that your tools are bad or anything else like that.
Because these still will do the job, right? These still work.
But do they really get you the result that you want to get? And that's ultimately it. It's not about right or wrong. It's about, are you getting the results that you want to have? And if you're not getting those results, well, then take a look at this and consider what we have. Watch some of our videos dealing with feelings and with needs and with curiosity and things like that. And you'll start getting some more of these tools. So so we have a lot of videos.
We're still making them.
We're still making them. You can comment below if you have a video or have something that you want to see, and we will send you that video if we've already created it.
Or
we'll custom make you a video if you request that of us. So we just want to wish you the very best and let you know you're not alone.
Nope.
You're doing as good as a job as you know how, as we all are, and we're here to support you to upgrade that toolbox if we can.